Bud Light, Michelob, Michelob Light, Natural Light, and LA. This game is brought to you by Busch Beer, the beer with a taste as smooth as its name. A superb evening for Major League Baseball at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego. The Cardinals and the Padres, a short two-game series. The Redbirds flying into San Diego today after splitting a pair up in San Francisco. 64 degrees. We're playing on natural surface, partly cloudy. A very nice evening for baseball indeed. Jack Murphy Stadium, 330 down the lines, 405 to center field, 370 to the power alleys. Happy to have you with us. The first of four telecasts of Cardinal baseball this week. Jay Randolph along with Mike Shannon, and Jack Buck will be along a bit later on. Tonight, couple of left-handers will hook up here. Ricky Horton for the Cardinals, Mark Thurmond going for San Diego.
Well, our pitcher Horton is 0-2, but he's pitched like he should be 3-0. On the other hand, Thurmond is a guy that has been so-so against the Cardinals. He's really been so-so this year. He has a 1-1 record, but he has an earned run average of better than 6. I look for the Cardinals to play a little better here tonight, Jay. Clark's back in the lineup, and they're going to be from the right side. McGee is hit better from the right side, so I would think this ball club tonight should look more like the Cardinal club that we know.
Well, that would be very nice, and we invite you to stay tuned. We'll come back and bring you the starting lineups from Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego right after these messages.
There you see the playing surface here at San Diego, California. Here are the lineups. First for the Cardinals, Rick Horton has the duties as far as the pitching goes. Coleman, McGee, Herr, Clark, Landrum, Pendleton, Smith, Heath, and the lefty Horton. Here's what the San Diego lineup stacks against the Cards this evening with Mark Thurmond, their left-hander, going. It will be Roberts, Gwynn, McReynolds, Garvey, Martinez, Royster, Templeton, Bochy, and Thurmond, and we have the play-by-play coming up for you right after these messages.
Murphy Stadium, we are set to go, and on the mound tonight it will be Thurmond, Mark Thurmond, a 29-year-old left-hander. Martinez, McReynolds, and Gwynn left to right in the outfield. Royster, Templeton, Roberts, and Garvey on the infield with Thurmond on the hill, and tonight Bruce Bochy is doing the catching. Former Cardinal Terry Kennedy homered to help in a big win here last night. The Padres are 11-9. They won 5-4 here, and 10 of 11 of their home dates have been one-run games. Mark Thurmond is ready to come in to Vince Coleman, who's batting at .240. Coleman has 4 runs batted in, no home runs. The Cardinals as a team are just batting .214. Fouled away off to the right side. Thurmond, born in Houston, Texas. 5th-round draft choice in '79. Went to school at Texas A&M. He graduated from A&M and has a BA in finance. 14-game winner in '84. This one is high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You've been doing your homework again, man. Got his bachelor's degree.
Well, he's an Aggie. You know, I always check those Aggies out.
Is he a Fruit in the Loom man? You got that too?
Royster throws out Coleman. That's the way we get underway here. Mark Thurmond's statistics. He's 3-1 lifetime against the Cardinals with a 2.73 ERA in 7 games. Thurmond got a save against the Cardinals in May of last year when he pitched 4 innings and gave up 2 hits in relief in that game. Now McGee batting .221, and Willie takes low for ball 1. Cardinals have banged out only 7 home runs so far this year. They have stolen 29 bases. Out into right field, and Tony Gwynn has it measured, and they're 2 gone. Tommy Herr bats in the number 3 spot.
Number 28, Tom Herr.
Herr batting only 154, off to a sensational start a year ago, really struggling so far this season. 5 runs batted in. Talk about notes, Mike. I got one for you on Mark Thurmond. As this pitch is inside, since Andujar and Green and Al Oliver are all gone over to the American League, he's going to miss them very much because they were 0 for 36 against Thurmond. That threesome.
They were 0 for 36 off a lot of people.
That's right. Out to the shortstop. Gary Templeton throws on, and the Cardinals are down quickly. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Mark Thurmond and the Padres. After a half inning of play, no score here at Jack Murphy Stadium. Roberts, Gwynn, and McReynolds are due up for the Padres.
Got it.
Yeah. Ricky Horton on the hill, 0-2, 3.32 ERA. He's pitched 21 2/3 innings, struck out 11 and walked 10. Coleman, McGee, and Landrum left to right in the outfield. Pendleton, Smith, Herr, and Clark on the infield, with Heath behind the plate this evening and Ricky Horton on the hill. Horton, 26 years old, from Poughkeepsie, New York. 4th round draft pick in '80. The University of Virginia. This is the 4th time in his career he's pitched against San Diego. Has no decisions in 3 games. 3 1/3 innings. He's given up no runs and 2 hits. Walked none, struck out 6, and he faces the rookie, Leon Bip Roberts, just 22 years old. Roberts, zeros all across the board for the youngster. He's never been much against right-handed pitching. That's why he hasn't started in the last 6 games. Drafted from the Pirates last December. He is the nephew of former St. Louis football Cardinal player Roy Shivers, from the Bay Area. There's a strike right down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Blues are tied up 1-1 in the 2nd period at the arena. We'll keep you up to date on that action in the 7th and deciding game between the Blues and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nubber out to Ozzie. Throws on. Ozzie cuts down Roberts. Roberts has good speed. Here's the right fielder, Tony Gwynn. This field here at Jack Murphy Stadium, San Diego, in magnificent shape. Gwynn's batting .313. He's in pretty good shape in the early going. 7 runs batted in, 3 home runs. Just outside. Harry Wendelstadt calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. Terry Tate is at first. Jerry Crawford at second. Charlie Williams at third. 2 balls and no strikes. Gwynn, 25 years old. National League batting champ back in '84. A long one into center field. And on the run is McGee. It's off the wall at the 4:05 mark. A double. Gwynn ripped it to the deepest part of the ballpark. This fella has a lifetime .325 batting average. And you could see McGee just couldn't get there. It hit right at the base of the wall at the 4:05 spot.
He turned the wrong way too, Jay. That really eliminated all chance for McGee to catch that ball.
Here's Kevin McReynolds, 1 on and 1 out. McReynolds batting .236. A strike at the knees to McReynolds, who slipped in the second half of last season. He ended up hitting .234 with 15 home runs. He went into a 5-for-38 slump at this point of the season. He did not play against the Cubs here the past couple of days. He's from Little Rock, Arkansas, went to school at the University of Arkansas. 1 ball and 1 strike.
There's a lot of talk that Dick Williams, the manager of this Padre club last year, this fella had all kinds of problems, and then he was in Dick Williams' doghouse. I really like this kid. I wish they'd get mad at him, real mad at him, and trade him to us.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Gwynn out there at second after the 1-out double. First inning of play. Montreal beat Cincinnati 8-0. Here's a long one, foul down the left side.
When you throw a pitch inside and the guy fouls it like that, you're really at the pitcher's mercy. And that's what McReynolds should be right now with Horton. He should now go away with the off-speed delivery, turn the ball over. If he does that, he'll either get the little pop-up, little ground ball, or strike him out.
And it gets by Pendleton. And Coleman comes, and we're going to have a play at the plate, but not in time as Gwynn gets home.
We've seen Terry make that play the last few days, but this one simply went right by him. They'll probably give him a hit, but I think Terry will tell you he probably should have had it.
Kevin McReynolds gets the run batted in.
Went with the curveball inside. And you see the ball just go by Terry.
Coleman got over there quickly, but he was not in time to catch Gwynn. 1-0.
They still haven't ruled on it.
They're going to give him an error.
Tough error.
Garvey fouls it away. Steve's batting .200, off to a very slow start.
But as we talked earlier, I think that Terry will tell you he probably should have had it.
That's the 12th error charged to the Cardinals. Garvey, 6 runs batted in, couple of home runs. He steps out of there. Garvey's now 37 years old, born in Tampa, the first-round pick of the Dodgers back in June of '78. And he's had a long and illustrious career. Lifetime .298 hitter. One of the game's most consistent players, certainly over his career, Mike.
Well, he's done it all. He's done it in Los Angeles, and he's done it here.
1 ball and 1 strike to Garvey. Got him. Took something off that one.
You know, Garvey's been so good and so perfect at almost everything that he has tried, Jay, that the critics, with nothing to criticize him about, criticize him for being too good.
Well, there's the talk, of course, that he may eventually get into politics here in California. Good play by Horton. Knocked it down. Throws out Garvey, and the runner holds.
Well, if he gets into politics, I'm sure they'll find something wrong with it.
They'll figure it out, huh? So they're 2 gone. Carmelo Martinez stands in. Horton doing a nice job knocking that ball down. Martinez is batting .306, 2 RBIs and a home run. 25 years old. He finished very fast last season. And he's out in front of that one as Horton again took something off of it. That fella batted .320 in the last 23 games last year.
That last pitch is the pitch that I wish he would have thrown to McReynolds, but he went with the curveball.
Just low. Martinez has only hit .162 lifetime against the Cardinals. He led the Padres in game-winning RBIs last season with 13. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a bit outside. 2-1.
This kid is very strong.
San Francisco won this afternoon up the coast.
They're hot. They're closing in on the Western Division lead.
Pendleton. And that'll be his 2nd error of the inning.
Well, he simply let that ball play him. And if we have a replay of it, you'll see. He was caught back on his feet, had his glove up underneath his body, and watch. He stays there and lets the ball play him. See, comes up. You see where his hands were? Way back up underneath him. And a clear air.
Pendleton has really played a fine third base until tonight.
He's made some spectacular plays.
Well, now there are runners at the corners for Jerry Royster. Royster's batting .286, 3 runs batted in. Royster signed as a free agent January of '85. He hit .281 last season. Throw over there to first. Clark is back in the lineup and holding tonight. Royster originally signed with the Dodgers way back in 1970. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. San Francisco 6-5 this afternoon in 12 innings over Pittsburgh. Winning pitcher was Gereltz, who tried to bunt it. 1 ball and 1 strike. A run is home here. They're 2 out and 2 on. First inning of play. Again, if you're just joining us, the Blues in that 7th and deciding game. Stanley Cup play tonight at the arena, tied 1-1 with Toronto, and they're in the second period there. We'll keep you updated. A little low and a good stop by Heath. Houston defeated Philadelphia 1-0. New York over Atlanta 8-1. The only run for Atlanta, a homer by the injured Dale Murphy, who came off the bench.
Pinch hit home run, 10 stitches, and he hit it off of Dwight Gooden. 11 in a row now for New York.
Ozzie throws on to her. Padres get a run on 1 hit, 2 errors and 2 left. After the first inning of play at Jack Murphy Stadium, San Diego, Padres are up 1-0 with Clark, Landrum, and Pendleton due up for the Cardinals. Don't forget, later tonight we'll be giving the Midas Touch Award. The award, a donation to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital in the name of the most outstanding player of tonight's affair here. Well, Randy Thomas, who's in the Navy, stationed out here in San Diego, says he's probably the biggest Cardinal fan in San Diego, and he's here at the ballpark tonight. Jack Clark is set to lead it off, second inning. Padres lead it 1-0. Thurmond throws inside for a ball. Paul and Mary Holman are enjoying the good San Diego weather and say hello to all their friends back in St. Louis. There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Clark. Jack a little banged up yesterday, back in there tonight. Talking to him before the game, he says he's okay. That's low, 2-1. John Neighbor, the district sales manager for Anheuser-Busch, good friend of ours who we visited with earlier this year up at La Costa.
You just say that because he gave you a couple of Budweisers.
Nice guy. This is a long one, but just in front of the track. Martinez handles it. Mr. Neighbor is a fine fella. His nieces or nephews are watching in St. Louis. Justin and Lindsay and Shannon Neighbor, obviously named after you. Tito Landrum's batting 179, 2 runs batted in and a home run. Fouls it back and out of play off to the right side. This field is, as I mentioned earlier, just in remarkable shape. I'm a new young greenskeeper here, groundskeeper. Greenskeeper, whatever. Greenskeepers are usually on the links, but this fella has kept it very green.
Jay, they tell me that they're going to change McReynolds' ball from an air to a double and an RBI.
All right, so we will change it. And this will play for Roberts, the youngster, in time as Garvey makes a good stretch and kept his foot on the bag.
First time for us to see The rookie second baseman pulls him off the base, but watch Garvey keep that toe back on. Good play.
Well, if you're scoring with us, it's a run on 2 hits and 1 error with 2 left in that first inning. This fouled away by Pendleton. Terry batting .203. A couple of finals in the American League. Kansas City beats Detroit 7-3. California, a loser at Toronto 6-4. Deep in the hole, Templeton charging and throwing and making the play. Thurmond gets the first 6 in order. An inning and a half. 1-0 Padres.
This is KLJB TV Davenport.
At the arena, after 2 periods, the Blues and Toronto are 1-1. Gary Templeton standing in against Horton outside for a ball. Later in this game, we'll have the McDonald's scoreboard for you, updating you on the scores, and also we'll bring you up to date on the hockey and basketball. Horton comes off and makes the play in nice fashion. He feels his position very well.
He's a good athlete.
Horton throws out Templeton. And we'll get a look at the catcher for San Diego this evening. Bruce Bochy. Bochy is 31 years old. He was born over in France. He went to school at Florida State and began his career in Houston with their organization. He was also with the Mets. And Pendleton makes this play.
Thank goodness. He'd have thought he was Henny Penny if that one would have gone through him.
2 gone. There he is coming up with it.
That was the toughest chance he had, and he made that play. When it rains, it pours.
These Padres, as I mentioned, in 10 of their 11 home dates up to now, their games have been decided by 1 run. The Padres have won 7 of those 1-run affairs. Thurmond's batting .286.
Yeah, this guy's a good hitter.
And that is fouled out of play.
Jay, they've won 8 of their 12 home games so far.
And 7 of them by 1 run. So things have been going pretty good for the Padres, now managed by Steve Burrows.
The other game was 6-4, only a 2-run game.
Two strikes the count to Mark Thurmond.
Needless to say, Thurmond is a better hitter against right-handed pitching.
That's outside. Terry Kennedy hit a 2-1 slider off Ray Fontenot over the right field wall with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. Cap a 4-run rally here yesterday and win it 5-4 for the Padres over Chicago. Thurmond strikes out. The first strikeout for Ricky Horton. We played 2. 1-0 Padres. This copyrighted telecast authorized under television rights granted by the St. Louis National Baseball Club solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Cardinals and Major League Baseball is prohibited. Ozzie Smith is set to lead it off as we move to the 3rd inning, and the Padres lead it 1-0. Here's Mike.
Thank you, Jay. Frank Nettles is here rooting for the Cardinals tonight. He's related to Greg Nettles, but he's a Cardinal fan. He better root harder. 1-0 San Diego. Ozzie takes that fastball low, and we're underway in the 3rd. Took a little off, tailed away. Cardinal shortstop comes in batting .327. He's one of the few Cardinals that has been consistent at the plate. And he
What a play.
keeps hitting the ball well, but a heck of a play by the second baseman. Roberts to rob it. When things don't go well, things like this seem to happen all the time. Kid timed it perfectly and came way off the ground. Bip Roberts. So he gives Ozzie a taste of his own medicine, defense.
He's not a very big guy. Looked like Spud Webb going up there for a stuff.
Cardinal catcher, Mike Heath.
Tuesday night, 7:35, May 13th. Los Angeles in town, Tavern Night. The 8th annual Tavern Night at Busch Stadium.
Out of play, souvenir time.
Remember that date, May 13th at Busch Stadium. Contact your local participating tavern for all the ticket information. Cincinnati will be coming in on May 20th, 21st, and 23rd. 23rd is a night game versus Atlanta. Cardinal Glennon night is May the 20th. Banner Tire AC Delco night is the 21st. And then on the 23rd against Atlanta, SEMO Alumni Night and Farmington, Missouri night at the stadium. The Dobin family from St. Louis, Missouri here cheering on the Cardinals tonight.
Out of play, count remains the same.
Mike, we want to remind everybody the West Coast clubs will come to town for a big homestand May 6th through the 14th. You want to order your tickets now. By the way, the Cardinals want to remind you that there are plenty of good seats available for those games. As of now, Busch Stadium offers one of the finest spectator facilities anywhere in baseball. You know, there just aren't any really bad seats in that ballpark, so we want you at the ballpark. Catch us if you can, whenever you can, and see baseball's exciting Cardinals.
Box and reserve seats remaining for those games in a very fine homestand. These West Coast clubs are a little different this year, and you'll enjoy seeing them take on the Redbirds. 1-2 the count as the fastball evens the count outside.
Pretty impressed by this San Francisco Giants club, weren't you?
They've got some nice young players up there and a much different attitude than we've seen Giant teams in the past. Heath is battling tough against Mark Thurmond. Mike off to a very slow start. He has 1 home run, 3 RBIs. They all came in the same game up in Montreal. He has only 4 hits to this point in the season. He's batting .085. So he is another one of the Cardinals that are in the midst of this offensive slump, and he stays right there. First strikeout for Thurmond. Can't tell whether these pitchers are good or the Cardinals are that bad, or a combination of the two. They've come up against some good pitching, but
boy, the bottom dropped right out of that one, didn't it?
Here's Rick Carton. He's going to have to hit a 2-run homer and hold him at 1 run tonight if he's going to win. Those are the kind of things that you hear around the ball club when they're going like the Cards. Templeton, and once again it's 3 up, 3 down. That's 9 in a row retired by Sandy Koufax. Is that who's out there?
No, it's not. It's Mark Thurmond.
Oh, I see. After 2.5, Padres lead 1-0. Well, Jay Randolph, the Cardinals coming into this action here at San Diego tonight find themselves with a record of 8-9. And 5 games behind New York at the start of the day with the Met win, their 11th in a row, find themselves 5.5 out. You see the Blues score there as they get ready to go into the final period. For one of those clubs, the final period of the season. Out of play and quickly dipped Roberts in the hole 0-2.
Yeah, Mike, New York now is 13-3. Philadelphia lost today. They're 8-9. Montreal won. They're 9-9. Cardinals 8-9 going into this one.
My point is this: were you giving up on the Cardinals as you see Ozzie?
No, indeed. No, indeed.
Man.
No way am I giving up. I should say no.
It's a very good ball club there in a very tough situation right now, one that they haven't experienced for a number of years. And really, this is when the character of a ball club has to come front and center, as you see Mr. Smith take care of the leadoff man, Roberts. But this club is better off in 1986 at this point in the season than they were last year.
That's right. How about Houston under Hal Lanier? They're winners this evening, and they're 14-6. Lead the West.
Let Pendleton have this. Thank you very much. 2 down. Fair ball. Yeah, they're playing well.
San Francisco also won today, and they are now 13-8. San Diego 11-9 going into tonight's game. The Dodgers are underway up the coast against Chicago. Let's see, Chicago's record is 7-10 going into that game, and LA is 9-13. And Atlanta and Cincinnati both lost. Atlanta's 7-12, Cincinnati 5-12.
Here's McReynolds, and he's even now, 1-1. I'll give you a prediction. If the Cubs win, if they lose 3 or 4 more games out here on the West Coast, they'll have a new manager when they come back to Chicago. I think Jimmy Fry's on the hot seat up there. And don't be surprised if Dallas Green
comes out of the front office and puts on the uni, huh? I wouldn't be surprised. You heard it here, folks. Mr. Shannon, Old Irish, with a little early season prediction. Will it turn out to be wisdom? We shall see.
It depends on how the Cubs play for the next 4 or 5 games.
That's right. You got yourself covered there, haven't you?
2-2, nobody on, 2 out, the 3rd inning. That one may leave the ballpark, folks. It will. 2-0 to San Diego. A monstrous home run by the guy I wish they'd get mad at and let us have. Kevin McReynolds. He's 2 for 2 with both San Diego RBIs, and he gave that thing about a $15 cab ride.
Well, McReynolds was in a 5 for 38 slump coming into this game. I mentioned he didn't play against the Cubs. He's doubled and homered, has the 2 RBIs. Here it is, right down central.
Another breaking ball. That's the same pitch that he hit for the double. Only this one was a little further out over the plate, and he hit it over the center field wall.
Lifetime 244 average against the Cardinals coming into tonight's game. That average has just gone up a bit.
So the Padres making a very efficient use of their hits. 0-2 on Steve Garvey.
They've been talking about playing Kennedy some at first base, spelling Garvey on occasion.
He's an Iron Man, plays almost every day.
Garvey had 17 home runs last year. That's the most since 1980 when he hit 26.
Second strikeout. So for San Diego, 1 run on the 1 hit. The Kevin McReynolds home run, his 3rd home run of the season. After 3, Padres 2, Cardinals nothing.
Leading off the Cardinals, the fielder, Vince Coleman.
Mark Thurmond has blitzed the first 9 that he has faced. We move into the 4th inning. Coleman leads it off. Here is Jack Buck.
Well, what the heck's going on here?
Boy, I don't know.
Coleman showed the bunt and took a ball. We're underway in the 4th. Padres have made 2 runs on 3 hits. McReynolds has driven in both with a double and a home run. And the Cardinals have not had a base runner. Here's a ball inside. Cardinals have to win to stay where they were. That is 5 games behind the New York Mets, who won their 11th in a row in their game in Atlanta tonight. Foul ball. Coleman grounded to 3rd his first time. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Well, it's nice to have been able to fly out and join you today.
That's because you didn't believe what was going on, right?
It's been a little spooky, but
spooky.
It's early. Thank goodness.
Let's see what happens here. The Cardinals beat Thurmond once last year. He has a career mark of 3-1 against St. Louis. It will be Coleman, McGee, and Her. A little late on that one. 2-2. Coleman's average down to 237.
Jack, while we got a second, I want to remind the folks in the greater St. Louis area about the prom and graduation festivities that are coming up at this time of the year. And Channel 5 and Y98 FM teamed up to encourage the class of '86 to celebrate safely with a unique prom graduation program called Celebrate Sober, a Class Act. And we're encouraging the parents to get into the act, agreeing to drive students home if necessary, or to purchase discount McLeod cab gift certificate for the prom goers.
And that's a good idea.
Yes, it is.
Coleman 2-2. And a shot to right center will be caught by Tony Gwynn.
Gwynn got a good jump on it.
That's 10 in a row. You know, you mentioned the taxi cab action for the kids at the prom. They pool their money, it won't cost them much, or they pool their money and rent a limousine.
Yeah, well, they can get a $10 special McLeod teen cab coupon book that is worth $10 for only $7.50. And also the Kroger stores are participating with discount flowers and everything else. And for more information, you can call 444-5223. It's a great idea. And all of us at Channel 5, of course, are proud to lend the young people our support and encourage the educators and the parents to do the same. It's a fun time, and that's the way we want to keep it.
How do you know? You never graduated.
From the School of Hard Knocks.
Here's 1-1 on McGee.
I matriculated.
They mailed me my diploma.
On the Ore boat.
With one out, Woolley trying to get the first hit. Falls in the hole, 1-2. That's exactly where I was.
Yep. Lake Michigan?
Well, I was up in Chicago in the Calumet River.
Calumet.
17 years old, running the world.
And you made a great apple pie, I'm told.
Here it is to Willie, and a tap foul. Willie's average is 218. Here's Rich Hacker, the first base coach.
You're aware that the Blues in Toronto are going to the third period 1-1?
I didn't know it had progressed that far.
Just
I knew it was 1-1 in the second.
Just about to go to the third period.
2-0 here, Padres. Come on, Will. You're a little late on that one, but got a piece of it.
Chicago did not score in the first at Los Angeles. Underway.
Eckersley pitching that one against Bob Welch. How about that Dale Murphy?
Came off the bench and with a busted hand and one hand. Well, he can one-hand it out any place.
Foul ball by McGee. That kept his consecutive game streak alive. As a pinch hitter, you hit a home run for the only Atlanta run as the Mets won it 8-1. Home runs by Carter and Strawberry, and they've won 11 in a row and have a record of 13-3. We got them started, didn't we?
Boy, oh boy.
We kept it going, actually, but they didn't expect to win 4 in our park. McGee fouls a high pitch back. Jay Tibbs shut out his former teammates at Cincinnati 8-0. The Reds are in dire straits. They've won 5 and lost 12. In first place, Houston won again.
Al Lanier's done quite a job down in Austin, Texas over the weekend at the Legends of Golf, and everybody was talking about the way Houston was playing but not drawing.
That's
and
right,
are they going to be moving to the nation's capital? They're 14-6, and Hal Lanier doing a good job with that club.
Hey, what a stop by Royster. Unbelievable.
Well, it doesn't get any better than that. What a tremendous play by Royster.
That's what happens when you're going bad. It gets worse. Willie turned on it and smashed it. That ball was past him when he gloved it. Then he knew he had lots of time, and he got his man. And they show a replay up here. No doctor they put on the board. Tommy Herr bats with 2 out, and Thurmond has retired all 11 he has faced. doing well. You hit a ball good, and somebody comes up with a play. There have been 2 hard hit balls in this inning. There's a foul by Hurd. Tommy now has 5 runs batted in, but his average is 152.
4 of those RBIs in his last 4 games.
But one of them on an infield out, the other on a fly ball. He has had very few hits. He's in the same boat as everybody else, and Royster will throw him out here. He really stayed down on that ball. That's 12 in a row. Cardinals were shut out last night. Happening again tonight. We go into the bottom of the 4th inning. The Padres lead 2-0.
Coming up May the 9th, Country Music Night at Busch Stadium. And 10th, it's Bud Light Mug Night. Sunday the 11th, Batting Helmet Day. Tuesday the 13th, as we told you, is Tavern Night. Check in with your local tavern about the special deal there. The 24th is the Old Timers game. And 27th is Budweiser KSDK Can Wrap Night at the ballpark.
What Old Timers game is that? I don't think I've heard about that.
You're going to play. Remember when they got you and I out there a few years ago? Whee.
The batter for the Padres is Carmelo Martinez. He reached on a boot his first time up. There's another chance for Pendleton. 1 gone. I don't know anything about that Old Timers game.
Well, I know there's going to be one. Marty Hendon has told me there's going to be one.
Okay. Here's Royster. 0 for 1 at the plate. He's applauded for the play he made at third base.
And well, he should be. Jack, I'm reminded that you're the honorary chairman of the 86 AAU USA Junior Olympics. It's coming to St. Louis August 3rd through the 10th. And we're looking forward to that event.
Have all the fine young athletes, male and female, in the country in St. Louis. And Royster hammered at one. He left 2 men on in the 1st inning. Used to belong to the Dodgers and then Atlanta. Good utility man on the club. Has trouble on an everyday basis. He shot it up the middle. And he gets it back. Royster's a pretty good base stealer, too. And he may want to see what he can do. Hasn't stolen a base this year. This ball right up the middle and a whistle past Horton, and Templeton's the batter. Tapped out his first time. And Gary is batting .216. Dangerous hitter, as you know, however. Sprays the ball around. You never know where he's going to hit it, and they have to play him accordingly.
He's a tough out, a career .317 hitter with runners on base.
Getting room through the right side. A throw over, and he's out. Oh! Jack Clark said, well, how come?
Terry Tata, the first base umpire.
Let's see. He had him going the other way, and...
Ooh.
Well, a little nip and tuck, wasn't it?
Close. Very close.
Just as his hand got there, he was tagged. Clark thought he was out. We await the first pitch to Templeton. There goes the runner. It's a ball. They'll never get it. Keith had no chance to throw him out. Strong throw, and it hit the runner sliding in. First stolen base of the year for Royster. Templeton could drive in a run. He takes the ball.
At Los Angeles, Chicago batting in the 2nd inning. No score against the Dodgers.
Wouldn't be surprised if they walk Templeton here. You can get Bochy on the double play ball. They shouldn't give Templeton anything good to hit. It's 2-0 Padres in the 4th. Ball 3. Heath looks over into the dugout, and they say, put him on. So this will be the first walk given up by Horton. He pitched to Bochy, who grounded to third his first time.
And in fact, it's the first walk that Horton has ever given up to the Padres.
And it is the first walk of the game. Bochy used to be with the Houston club. He's their backup catcher and starting tonight with the left-hander in the mound. Nellie Rainey of Marissa, Illinois, Cardinal fan. Says hello to the folks back home. 2 on and only 1 out. Strike and a good hard breaking ball. The way the Cardinals have been hitting, you don't want to see a club get any further out in front. Cardinals lost 2-0 last night and trailed 2-0 tonight. And almost blew the one game that we won up in San Francisco. Pitcher and catcher will talk it over.
Bochy is 6'4" and 230 pounds. And we will take time out right here to pause for station identification along the St. Louis Cardinals television network.
Two on and 1 out. Horton pitching to Bochy. And that's a great stop by Pendleton, and he is safe, and now he's out at second base. Templeton didn't know where the ball was, and he tried to bowl her over. As a result, there are 2 out, and the pitcher coming up when they should be loaded with 1 out. Pendleton made a great stop. I mean, a great play. The ball was moving away from him. That was the only play he had was at second. Now watch. Templeton thought he was breaking up a double play. He'd gotten there safe, and now he's out. So Bochy lost a hit. The play went 5-4 in a fielder's choice. And Thurmond has struck out his first time. There's a ball into the dirt to the pitcher, and he is trying to get back, and he's safe. Now Horton howls at the umpires are on scores. Mike Heath gets in between the 2 of them, and here's Whitey Herzog as the score goes to 3-0.
The runner missed the plate, went right over top of it, and I don't know if he was able to make the tag before he got back or not. Obviously, Harry Wendelstedt didn't think so.
Well, here's a play to watch. A short, wild pitch. Heath gave it to Horton. Horton tried to tag him. The runner jumped over the plate. Now here's Horton trying to get him, and he got his foot in there, but Horton had tagged him on the leg.
I thought so, Jack.
We'll have to watch the tail end of that play again and watch the tag.
Well, the plate is
See,
blocked.
he missed the plate. Now watch this. Horton reached for him, and Royster got his foot on there. But he's out.
Yeah.
Should have been out. The argument continues. Now watch it again. Here's Horton. He should have just waited for Royster to come to him. You know, I kind of think he got his foot on the plate before Horton touched him.
Yeah, or I see what you mean.
Before he touched him.
Well, maybe he might have touched the far end of the plate. We were blocked a little bit in that view, but
Horton did tag him, but it kind of looked like his right foot was on the plate before Horton tagged him on the left leg. So Thurmond is still at the plate, and the other runner stayed at second, so he could get a better look at it. Royster scores to make it 3-0, and it'll be charged as a wild pitch. Horton shouldn't have reached for him. He should have just kept the glove at the plate and made him come and tag himself. In the third period, the Blues lead Toronto at the arena 2-1 in the final game of that Stanley Cup hockey round. Horton really howled, didn't he? And it is a ball 1 count on Thurmond. And there's a hit. could throw him out, but McGee didn't get rid of it very quickly, and the runners are safe everywhere, and it is 4-0. Pitcher waves and says he doesn't want his jacket. Well, that's what you were afraid of after the argument. He got the pitch up high to Thurmond. They've made 4 runs on 5 hits. This fella doesn't run at all, you can tell. But McGee didn't get rid of the ball very quickly. And Thurmond kept running and ended up at second base. And here's a kid who hasn't had a hit in the big leagues with 2 out. Throw trying to get Thurmond, and he got back in time. I kind of think that the plate umpire got the play right at the plate. That's the way it looked at the best angle that we saw.
Yeah, from the angles we had, you're probably right, Jack. It was a tough call.
Now strike 2 to the batter, Bip Roberts. Padres got a run in the first, a run in the third, and 2 here in the fourth with the tail end of the batting order. Cardinals have a pitcher ready in the bullpen. Roberts a foul. Thurmond on at second, 2 out. And a 0-2 count on Roberts, looking for his first major league hit. Down on strikes for Horton, his 3rd strikeout. 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 left. We played 4. The Padres lead 4-0.
For our viewers in the greater St. Louis area, we now return you to KSDK's newsroom for a brief eyewitness news update. Here in San Diego, we move into the 5th inning, and the Padres are up 4-0. 0-0-1 for the Cardinals. 4-5-0 for the Padres. Once again, Jack Buck.
And the Cardinals haven't had a base runner. Clark leads it off against Mark Thurmond. He lined out to left his first time and had a good rip and fouled it back. Strike 1. Twelve in a row set down by Thurmond, 1 of them on strikes. Been a few hard hit balls and some good defensive plays by the Padres, who lead 4-0. Clark tried to bunt his way on with Royster playing deep at third, and that's strike 2. A good idea by Jack.
It sure was. If he'd have got it down, he'd have been there.
It will be Clark, Landrum, and Pendleton. Jack. Padres a run in the first. Driven in by McReynolds. A home run in the second by McReynolds. And a single by Royster. Stolen base. Intentional walk. A wild pitch. A 2-out hit by the pitcher. Strike call. Clark drops the bat and walks away.
And Wendelstedt is getting some heat from the Cardinal bench.
That's 13 in a row, and that's his 2nd strikeout. I don't know what kind of a gesture that was by Wendelstedt toward the Cardinal bench. As Clark went down on strikes. Landrum is up, grounded as time is called. Here we go. A little action. Somebody's out. It's Jack Clark and Whitey Herzog.
He has thrown Clark out of the game.
I'm not putting up with it, you could hear the umpire say. I don't know who did what. Clark is getting hot. Ozzy's trying to keep him from getting into further trouble. Crawford says, let's go.
Look at Whitey.
Herzog wants to know why. Now he's up. Clark's out. Herzog is out.
Bat has been thrown onto the field from the Cardinal dugout.
Cardinals are totally frustrated at this point, having lost 8 out of 9. Can't buy a hit in this game. Hart called out on a pitch up and in. I don't know if it was a strike or not. And Wendelstedt ran him out, and then they ran Whitey Herzog out. Whitey doesn't get involved with the umpires very often. He's turning over the lineup card to Red Schoendienst. And he'll head for the clubhouse. And the fans here in San Diego love it. Well, that's the last you'll see of Whitey tonight. 1 out, and the batter Landrum. No count on him. First pitch, half swing, pop fly, and it's going to be caught. By Garvey, and that's 14 in a row by Thurmond. Landrum tried to check his swing. Garvey came a long way and then caught it handily. Pendleton is up. It's really, when you've been watching this for the last 10 days or so, it really is almost funny.
Well, you know, I was listening when you nursed them through up there in the extra inning game in San Francisco the other day, Jack. And
it's so different than it was a year ago. There's a hard hit ball, and Royster could throw him out. He does. He got lucky. The ball hit the base and came back to him after it rolled out of his glove. And Royster robs Pendleton, and that's a perfect game through 5 innings. Watch it here. He kicks it, then it hits the base and comes right back to him. That's the way it's going, folks. Nothing doing in the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, 4-0 Padres.
Well, it's about time to add to your collection of Bud Light mugs. The Cardinals' 5th annual Bud Light Mug Night. That's Saturday, May 10th. The Cardinals meet the Giants at 7:05 at Busch Stadium. The first 35,000 fans aged 21 and over with a paid admission take home the mug commemorating the reigning National League champions. Clint Hurdle now at first base takes over for Clark.
And the batter is Tony Gwynn. He has doubled. It's his 8th double of the year. Also hit a home run to drive in 2 of their 4, and Hurdle gets tested early. And there's 1 out. Clark 0 for 2 as he's left the game. And he's in there talking it over with Whitey.
Hurdle's a pretty handy man to have around.
Yes,
saw the game the other day and looked pretty good.
And he did well. Yeah, he really did. And had a couple of hits in the game last night. McReynolds is up. Let's see if Horton can get him out this time. He doubled past third and then hit one over the center field fence. Whenever you hit one over the center field fence, they give you a home run on that.
They sure do.
He hit it about 420 feet. He was in the doghouse last year when Dick Williams was managing here. He and Williams didn't get along at all. Steve Burrows is the new manager. None of these Padres were happy when Williams left, but Williams got a lot done for the Padres while he was here, including the National League pennant a couple of years ago. If these Padres start perking, they could be as good as anybody in the Western Division. High fly ball, left center for McGee. That will be the second out. And Willie has it 2 gone. Last night, Mike Lacoste, who hadn't won a game in a couple of years, shut the Cardinals out with the help of Greg Minton. I see that Jay Tibbs shut out Cincinnati tonight. He's the one that stopped the Cardinals a week ago Sunday up in Montreal. That started this skid. We lost that one and lost to the Cubs and lost 4 to the Mets. Lost 2 to the Cubs, 4 to the Mets. Beat the Giants, lost to the Giants, and here we are, 4-4 on the road so far this year.
Calgary and Edmonton are tied 2-2. They're in the second period of a deciding game in that Stanley Cup series. Edmonton, of course, the defending champions.
And they're at home.
Blues leading, third period at the arena. Over Toronto. We'll keep you informed.
In the batter.
At Los Angeles, Chicago bats in the third inning. No score.
1-1 to Garvey. He is tapped back to the mound and struck out. He launched one way back into left center. McGee is there, and he can't get it. That's the third of the year for Garvey, and it makes it 5-0. Well, he was hitting under 200 when he came up there.
Yeah, in a real slump.
You see that new inner fence they put up a couple of years ago. Previously, that ball would have been caught. Short power alley of 370, and it makes it 5-0. 5 runs on 6 hits. Martinez is 0 for 2. 1-1. A couple of home runs off of Horton tonight. There ain't nothing going right. Popped up. And Hurdle are both there, and Hurdle wants it and has it. 1 run and 1 hit. Now we played 5 innings, and the Padres lead 5-0.
My favorite night at Busch Stadium's coming up. Country Music Night, Friday, May 9th. Great time for everyone. 7:35 game against the Giants. If you come dressed in Western garb, you'll get $3 off the price of a reserved seat. You're invited to stay after the game, of course, when John Schneider will be in concert. So bring the whole family. Friday night, May 9th, Country Music Night at Busch Stadium.
Ozzie Smith, ball 1, 6th inning, 5-0 Padres. Cardinals looking for their first runner. Ozzie lined out, and the second baseman made a dazzling play to rob him of a hit. Back in the third. Inside, and that's ball 2. When you're in one of these bad streaks, it seems like everything goes against you. The defense makes outstanding plays. You don't get the calls from the umpires. You get half swings at the plate. Make errors. 2-0 the count. Royster gets Ozzie. On 2-0, he was swinging. And 1 gone.
Boy, Royster can still throw, can he?
Yeah. He started off as a shortstop. They found he was limited there. That looked like a bad ball low on 2-0 that Ozzie went for. Royster's been busy. He's had 5 chances. Ball 1 is inside to Mike Heath, a strikeout victim his first time, and his batting average can't get much lower. It's 0.83. It's like your body temperature when they pull you out of the icy water. 1-1. One gone in the 6th. Thurmond got him out the last time on a breaking ball down and in. 2 strikes, and it seems every time you look up, poor Mike has a strike 2 count on him. These Padres haven't been going very well. Their record 11-9. That's a borderline pitch. I said to some of them, you wouldn't believe how bad we're playing, and they said, well, we'll get you well.
They played pretty well in this ballpark, though.
And they lead 5-0 here in the 6th. 2-2 the count to Mike Heath. Got a piece of it. Thurmond always has been a handful for the Cardinals. 3-1 during his career against them.
Final, the Royals beat the Tigers 7-3.
Yeah, they rallied late in that game.
In the 4th at Los Angeles, Chicago and LA, no score.
Welch pitching against Eckersley. With 1 out, he chased a bad ball in the dirt. Bochy throws him out. Second time he's fanned, and the 3rd strikeout for Thurmond, and that's 17 in a row. Let's see if they're going to lift Horton. They are. And we'll have a pinch hitter for Rick. Tom Lawless is going to bat. And it appears that it's Greg Barger out in the bullpen who will work the 6th inning. Lawless.
Horton goes 5 innings, gives up 5 runs on 6 hits, strikes out 3 and walked 1 intentionally.
Say it again.
I sure will. 5 runs in 5 innings, 6 hits, struck out 3, walked 1 intentionally.
Lawless lifts a high one into left down the line. Martinez has it. Fair ball. 18 in a row. Cardinals haven't had a base runner in 6 innings. Thurmond has a perfect game going. Going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Royster will lead it off. It's 5-0 San Diego.
Well, when Jeff Lottie went on the disabled list, Greg Barger got the call. There's what he did at Louisville last season. And he's already been in action for the Cardinals since coming up, Jack, and frankly didn't look too good.
That was this year in Louisville, right?
This year.
Yeah, he walked a couple in San Francisco and then got behind on the count, and Whitey had to take him out. That's the game the Cardinals won 5-4 in extra innings. Throwing strikes has been his problem. He's had good stuff, and he was our best pitcher down at Louisville for the vacated spot. Try to hit that one. Ball 1. Bottom of the 6th. 5-0 Padres. Royster has sparkled in the field. Little old dance at the plate and scored a run, and he's had a hit and a stolen base. Ball 2. Some fun in the stands. That's ball 3 from Barger. As he follows Rick Horton to the hill. Horton tagged for home runs by McReynolds and Garvey. Swinging on 3-0, a fly ball in the left. What the heck's that all about? Why would Jerry Royster be swinging on 3-0?
Even when you are leading 5-0, huh?
Templeton is up. Dale Murphy swings on 3-0, not Jerry Royster. Templeton is tapped back to the mound. He was given a walk. And giving the totals by Rick Horton, we should mention that wild pitch that hurt him.
Right, sure did.
Actually led to 2 runs, one which scored on the wild pitch, and then the pitcher got a hit, and here's a little fly ball. Coleman gets to that one and takes it off the bat of Templeton. 2 out. Barger with a nifty little mustache and It's Fu Manchu.
Yeah, reminiscent of somebody.
Charlie Chan.
Charlie Chan, I guess, yeah.
Here's Bochy. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. This game, Jack Clark has been ejected, and so has Whitey Herzog. Meanwhile, the San Diego pitcher, Mark Thurmond, hasn't allowed a runner in 6 innings. What do you think we're watching here tonight there, fella?
Well, I love Texas, but I don't want to see an Aggie throw a no-hitter at the Cardinals.
He's got a no-hitter and a perfect game going.
Barger with a big high kick.
That's good stuff. Control is his problem. He got that one in there, 2-2. My father pitched one of those animals a perfect game while he was in high school.
Did he?
Yep. 27 in a row. Bochy reaches for it and hits it to her. Now the excitement will mount as Thurmond goes back to the hill after 6 innings. 5-0 Padres.
The return of a perennial favorite batting helmet day. Sunday, May the 11th. All the youngsters 14 and under with a paid admission get the batting helmet. Cardinals playing the Giants in a 1:15 contest. Hope you'll be on hand. Andrea Bilardo, just 7 weeks old, would like to say hi to her grandma and grandpa back in St. Louis. Her folks dropping by.
You know them all, big boy. You know them all. 7 weeks to 70 years. Cardinal fans here in San Diego, Doug and Sandy Hardy would like to say hello to Robert and Rosemary Hardy back in Hamilton, Illinois. And the Cardinal batters would like to say hello to Mark Thurmond. He has a perfect game going. Mention it, they say, and it's bad luck. Mark Thurmond has a perfect game going.
Say that again.
A no-hitter, a perfect game. He's retired a whole bunch. That'll be handled by McReynolds. He's now set down 19 in a row, folks. 19 in a row. He gets through the 7th, and he'll feel some pressure. When's the last time a perfect game has been pitched against the Cardinals?
Tom Siebert.
Wrong.
Well, that's the one I remember because I did it.
That was a no-hitter. That wasn't a perfect game.
Oh, perfect game. Perfect game. I'm sorry. That was the last no-hitter, though, wasn't it?
Nope.
Nope. Was there another one?
Yeah, 5-inning job.
Oh, that.
Remember that one?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Montreal, huh?
You got it. You're sharp tonight, man. You're sharp tonight. Yeah, I can remember the Seaver no-hitter. In fact, we televised that one.
We sure did.
From Cincinnati. He was wearing the Reds uniform. Willie McGee is flied to right, and he's grounded to third. There have been 4 outstanding defensive plays behind Thurmond tonight by the San Diego defense. 2 low, 1-1.
LA's batting in the bottom of the 4th. No score. The Cubs and the Dodgers.
That'll play for the center fielder again. Nope, the shortstop misses it, and they'll have to give him a base hit.
Sure will.
That ball should have been caught.
McReynolds never seemed to have a beat on it. I thought it was his ball all the way, Mike.
Well, he broke back a little bit, but see McGee just get it off the handle. I thought Templeton had it right here, but he took his eye off of it as he heard the footsteps of the center fielder. So that's a base hit. There goes the no-hitter, the perfect game. And they booed the scorekeeper here. It's not his fault, folks. The ball was never touched. It should have been caught, but it was never touched. Well, strange things have been happening in this game, Jay. Strange things have been happening in the month of April as far as baseball is concerned. You look at the standings, it's kind of topsy-turvy with the clubs you think We're going to be on top when it's all over, on the bottom, and vice versa.
Well, we just got word that the Blues are moving on in Stanley Cup play. They defeated Toronto tonight in Game 7. And for you folks in the St. Louis area, we'll be getting a live report in just a couple of moments for you. Congratulations to the St. Louis Blues.
You can say that again, Jay. You have to take your hat off to Mr. Caron and Jacques. What a phenomenal job. And let's hear it for Harry and everybody right on down.
All right, ready for those of you in the St. Louis area to get an update on the Blues victory to Art Holliday.
Here's a little bunt, and Thurmond makes a good play as he trapped the ball. Now they call, these umpires have messed everything up tonight, and watch this. They say, well, they called him out. Good, they did this one right. They called her out because the pitcher should have caught the ball, and he decoyed the base runner. So they get this one right. The first base umpire called him out, but they waited long enough. It's a little bunt in the air. Now watch Thurmond. He could have caught the ball, but he doesn't, you see? He lets it drop so he can get the double play. But immediately, he throws over there, and now the umpire says, nope, he's out. You cannot deceive the runner in this game, and the umpires got that one right, even though it took him a little time. So you can score it. Popped out her to the pitcher. 2 down. McGee still at first. 5-0 San Diego.
All right, for those of you in St. Louis, you've gotten the word. The Blues are winners. The Cardinals, though, are losing 5-0 here, Mike.
McGee's at first, 2 down. And the batter is Clint Hurdle. He took over for Clark when Jack was ejected, along with the manager, Whitey Herzog.
That was back in the 5th inning, after Clark had struck out to start the 5th.
There you see the statistics on Clint Hurdle. This inning started, Coleman flied to center. Willie McGee got a bloop single into center field. Tommy Hurt popped out to the pitcher trying to bunt, and now it's Hurdle batting for the first time.
Dodgers got 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Chicago bats in the 5th. Dodgers lead it 2-0.
We're in the 7th here. And strike 3 called. Perfect game and the no-hitter gone, but 4 strikeouts now for Thurmond. A hit, the man stranded. We go to 7th inning stretch time here in Southern California. Padres lead 5-0. Mark Thurmond gets a nice hand. He'll lead it off for San Diego here in the bottom of the 7th. Greg Barger is the new hurler. He took over for the starter, Rick Hart. Harton went 5, did 5 runs on 6 hits. Ozzie. So Hurdle, 1 down. 4 in a row retired by Barger now. Cardinals picked Barger up from Montreal. Had him in spring training, sent him to Louisville, and he's back with the club now. He took the spot of Jeff Lottie when the Cardinal relief pitcher went on the DL. Once again, congratulations to the St. Louis Blues. They win over Toronto tonight. Paid attendance here tonight, 16,637. Quite a few knot-holers here with the crowd in excess of 25,000. 25,568 the total. A quick 2-strike count on the leadoff man, Bip Roberts. He's really struggling, this youngster. When he strikes out, he's 0 for 4 tonight. He's fanned twice, and he's yet to get a hit this season. He's 0 for about 20. Another look at Barger with the tailing fastball. Here's one of the better hitters in the game, Tony Gwynn. He just sees the ball and hits it, this guy. A very simple philosophy. Double scored in the first, popped out in the third, grounded out in the fifth. A little low, says Harry Windlestadt. What'd you think about the play at the plate?
Well, it was very tough. We had a couple of replays of it, Mike, and it was very, very tough.
Well, I will say this. If Harry's eyes were as good as his ears tonight, he could hear Clark real good from the dugout over there, couldn't he?
He could.
Fun at the old ballpark here in San Diego. We've had a weird game.
Well, and a weird couple of weeks for the Cardinals, too, it has been.
A streaky club thus far. They've won 6 in a row. They've lost 7 in a row. And they're 1 game under 500 coming into this action. Gwynn does the little hop as he got that foul tip off his toe.
And we'll look at it again as we do. Want to remind you again about KSDK launching that Safe Prom Graduation Student Awareness Program, along with help from the Kroger stores and also Y98FM. If you'd like more information on a class act celebrate sober during the prom and graduation season, call 444-5223. 444-5223.
Out of play. It's a great program, you youngsters that are graduating. Make sure that you give yourself a chance to get to college, or to work, or whatever you're going to do.
That's right, and have some fun and
sure, get a driver.
Safe time, right?
Get a driver, get together and rent a car and a driver.
Well, they have those teen cab coupon books worth $10 that are available through Laclede for $7.50.
There you go, you've got a driver, easy to do. Mr. Gwynn, easy to get a hit. His second of the night, 2-out single in the 7th.
Joseph Peary, I guess it is, P-I-E-R-I, from St. Louis. Darlene Harris is here.
Are they Cardinal fans? Well, it's not Peary, it's Teary tonight. Cardinals are getting shellacked 5-0. They've been out hit 7-1. The only base hit for the Cardinals, the only base runner for the Cardinals was Willie McGee in the last inning, a bloop single to center. Slider is too far outside, ball 1. The batter is McReynolds. He's had a good night. An RBI double in the first. His 3rd home run of the year in the 3rd. Slide to center in the 5th. Tony Gwynn's the runner at first base, 2 down. The Redbirds will go from here after the day game tomorrow to Los Angeles for 3 games. That baby may get out of here also. Nope. Right against the wall. Tito Landrum hauls it in. 1 hit, 1 left. San Diego is stranded 4. We've played 7. And the Cardinals need some runs. 5-0 San Diego.
The McDonald's scoreboard brought to you by McDonald's and the Golden Arches. And there's Montreal over Cincinnati. We'll come back to it as Landrum hits a tough one to Pendleton that he handles. And he is out number 1. And we'll go back and take a look at that scoreboard for you and run it down. Our McDonald's scoreboard. New York beating Atlanta. That's now final, of course, 8-1. And L.A. over Chicago 2-0 in the 5th inning. There's that first page again, so you can check it out. San Francisco winning over Pittsburgh. Houston shutting out Philadelphia. Here, the Cardinals are being shut out 5-0 on a nifty 1-hitter by Mark Thurmond. Pendleton is grounded out twice. Thurmond is allowed 1 hit. The little bloop into center field by McGee in the 7th. The only base runner. Lost the no-hitter in the perfect game right there. It's pitched to 1 more than the minimum, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Pendleton. Tomorrow, Danny Cox for the Cardinals in the afternoon game against Eric Schau. No TV tomorrow. We'll televise Friday night and Saturday night from Los Angeles and Sunday afternoon. Friday night, we've got a great pitching pairing. John Tudor and Jerry Royce. And on Saturday, young Tim Conroy will go against Fernando. Sunday, Bob Forsch against Oral Hershiser. Forsch looked very good up in San Francisco.
He really has looked good every time out this year, but especially against San Francisco. He lost the game, Jay, but he threw as good as I've seen him throw in a long time.
Cardinals have a pitcher up and throwing.
Pat Perry.
That one sends Pendleton back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. 8th inning. There's Pat Perry, young man from Taylorville, Illinois. And a hot shot to Royster, and he's been something down there.
They're catching everything, aren't they?
Boy, oh boy.
That is the 5th good play by San Diego defenders tonight, and the 3rd one by Royster. He robbed McGee in the 4th, Pendleton in the 5th, and Pendleton again here in the 8th.
Royster platooning with Tim Flannery. The way he's played tonight, I think I'd let him play a few days. Ozzie is lined out and grounded out. He had a line shot to lead off the 4th, and the rookie Roberts at second base made a heck of a play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Garvey on to Thurmond. They're down 1-2-3. 7.5 are gone by. 5-0 San Diego. Cardinals have a gift for the adults in the audience on Friday, June the 27th this year. It's the Budweiser Can Wrap Night. The first 30,000 fans 21 and over with a paid admission get the red nylon can wrap with the Velcro closure. Very popular in '85. Don't miss out this year. Cardinals take on the Philadelphia Phillies. The evening presentation of those can wraps brought to you by Budweiser and KSDK. Steve Garvey. Ball 1 to Steve, who has grounded out, struck out, and homered here tonight. And this one is backing out of play. Garvey with 3 home runs on the year and now with 7 RBIs. Garvey swings through that one. Garvey now has hit 256 career home runs. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Garvey. Greg Barger on in relief of Rick Horton, who went 5 innings and gave up 5 runs on 6 hits. That gets away from Heath. Horton struck out 3, walked 1 intentionally, and there was a wild pitch in there. Very important play in the 4th inning. It really helped the Padre cause as they scored 2 runs there to go up 4-0. Got a single run in the 5th on the homer by Garvey. The 2-2. Right up the middle. Garvey waited on it. Short stroke and banged it up the middle to lead off the 8th. Take a look at this again. You see one of the fine hitters over the years. Ball was on the outside corner, and he just stuck in there and stayed behind it. Ripped it into center. Another look at that short stroke of Garvey. Steps into it. Boy, when you watch him, you're watching one of the best. Carmelo Martinez reached on an error, grounded out, and popped out. And the hook is outside for ball 1. 5-8-0 for the Padres, 0-1-1 for the Cardinals. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's a little high. If you joined us late, Jack Clark was thrown out of the ball game when he complained about a strikeout call in the 5th. At the same time, Whitey Herzog was ejected into outer darkness. In the 3rd period, Calgary is leading Edmonton 3-2. The defending National Hockey League champions down by a goal. 3rd period. Pendleton. Oh, what a fine play. And they turn the double play. 5-4-3. As Pendleton did an excellent job. Watch this. Pendleton, who made an error in the early going, coming up with the big play to get 2. Here's Jerry Royster. He's grounded out. He singled, stole a base, and scored. Wild pitch back in the 4th. And he flied to left. And he has been sensational in the field. Fine plays by both third basemen tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike. 5-0 Padres. 2-1. Cardinals will play here tomorrow afternoon. We won't televise. Then it's into L.A. Action Friday, Saturday in the evenings, and Sunday afternoon. And then the Birds will head home. A day off on Monday. San Diego comes in for 3. Then San Francisco for 3. A day off on the 12th, and the Dodgers are in for 2. Into center field. Willie McGee on the run is there. Oh, no runs, a hit. The double play. No errors and none left. We'll go into the 9th inning. 5-0 San Diego.
Leading off for St. Louis. Catcher, number 5, Mike Keith.
Mike Keith will lead it off in the 9th. He's been struggling. He's struck out twice. His batting average is down to .082, and it is strike 1 to him from Mark Thurmond, who has been near perfect, and I mean near perfect. A bloop single in the 7th by McGee. The only blemish. Marvell Wynn is now in center field. Wynn, the former Met who came over from Pittsburgh. McReynolds has moved to left. A strike. So it's McReynolds, Wynn, and Gwynn in the outfield left to right for the Padres. Mark Thurmond. Some kind of pitcher here tonight. Now time called. Two balls and 2 strikes. Fouled away. Thurmond completes this game, gets the shutout. It'll be the first of both for him in '86. He has 5 complete games in his career, and this will be his 4th career shutout if he gets it. And if you're just coming home or just joining us, Thurmond has given up but the 1 hit to McGee in the 7th. Templeton throws out Heath. Let's pause for station identification at Jack Murphy Stadium as we remind you this is the Cardinals Television Network.
Your home for St. Louis Cardinals baseball. This is KLJB TV Davenport.
Number 25, Jerry White.
Jerry White stands in as the pinch batter. White, who played the last couple of years over in Japan and was invited to the Cardinal camp and made the squad. Strike on the outside corner. White batting 125, has 1 RBI. Mark Thurmond, the Houston native who went to college at Texas A&M at College Station, has been splendiferous here tonight. That's a good Texas word, isn't it? 1 ball and 1 strike. White hits it into center field. Marvell Wynn comes on. They're 2 gone. Check and see, but I'm guessing that this is the best game that Thurmond has ever pitched. I'm not aware of him having a 1-hitter before. Coleman has grounded out and flied out twice, 0 for 3. And this crowd, better than 16,000 paid and better than 25,000 in the house, are standing everywhere. Look at them. They applaud the pitching prowess of Mark Thurmond here tonight. Strike on the outside corner. That's a little high. Here's the 1-1 offering. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Inside, 3-1. Thurmond has not walked anybody. The only man to reach base was McGee with the pop single into center in the 7th. 3 balls and 1 strike to Coleman. 2 out, 9th inning. That's the second man to reach base. Willie McGee has the only hit for the Cardinals. He flied to right, grounded out, and got the single in the 7th. Jack Clark and Whitey Herzog ejected from this game in the 5th inning by the plate umpire Harry Wendelstadt. And Thurmond gets it in there for a strike. Into center field, a long run for Marvell Wynn, but he gets there. And a 1-hitter. And the 5-0 shutout. Mark Thurmond. Oh, what a splendid performance. The Midas Touch Award is brought to you by your local Midas Muffler and Brake Shops. Mark Thurmond is the winner of the Midas Touch Award, a donation to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital in the name of the Padres pitcher who was some kind of tough here tonight. Near perfect. A 1-hitter, only 2 men reach base. Padres 5, Cardinals nothing. Here at Jack Murphy Stadium, a tremendous performance by Mark Thurmond. The Padres 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors with 4 left. And Thurmond gets the victory, the shutout, the 1-hitter. He's 2-1. No runs on the 1 hit with 1 error and 1 or 2 left for the Cardinals. The losing pitcher is Rick Horton, and he goes to 0-3. The Padres, as it turned out, got all they needed in the first inning after the rookie Roberts had grounded out. Gwynn doubled. McReynolds doubled him home. They picked up another run in the third on a homer by Kevin McReynolds, his 3rd of the year, and he had the first 2 RBIs. 2 runs on 2 hits in the 4th. A wild pitch in there by Horton hurt the situation. And the Padres were up 4-0. They got a home run from Steve Garvey, his 3rd, 6th RBI of the season in the 5th. That was all the scoring. Greg Barger did a nice job for the Cardinals over the final 3 innings. He gave up but 2 hits. 25,568 were in the stands watching along with you around the country as Thurmond really did an excellent job. The only hit he gave up again was in the 7th to McGee. 5-0, the Padres. Some more thoughts from Jack Murphy Stadium right after this. Here in San Diego's Jack Murphy Stadium, again, congratulations to the Blues. They'll be headed for Calgary or Edmonton on Friday night to start the semifinal action in the Stanley Cup. Calgary leading Edmonton 3-2 with 5:14 left in the 3rd period. So when you get up tomorrow, you probably know where the Blues are headed. The Cardinals lose this one 5-0. In the basketball action, up at Los Angeles, Dallas leading 81-76 with 3:44 left in the 3rd quarter of that one. Dallas and the Lakers doing battle in the NBA playoffs tonight. Well, the Cardinals will pitch Danny Cox against Eric Shao here tomorrow afternoon, and then it'll be on to Los Angeles. Some thoughts about the LA action that'll be coming up right after these messages. Well, we'll join you on Friday evening from Dodger Stadium. It'll be John Tudor against Jerry Royce. Saturday night, Conroy against Valenzuela. Sunday afternoon, Forsch against Hershiser. The San Diego Padres, behind the 1-hit pitching of Thurmond, beat the Cardinals 5-0 here at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego. For Jack Buck and Mike Shannon and our entire crew, good night from San Diego. St. Louis Cardinals baseball is a presentation of KSDK Sports.